Hi, and welcome back to The Soup. I am your host on this trip through the miasma of DC politics. As usual, longtime White House correspondent Brian Karem. And today we're talking about Donald Trump's reemergence, as if he's ever gone away, in the public eye, being interviewed by Megyn Kelly at Fox and Kristen Welker at NBC for her inaugural event on Meet the Press. Look, there's a lot to be said about Donald Trump, and people are very critical, I guess is the polite term, of him being interviewed by both Kelly and Welker. Now, look, folks, this is all about money. That's why, because he's ratings. If people didn't tune into Donald Trump, we wouldn't interview him. More importantly, we do have a bit of an ethical quandary here. He is a candidate for office. He is the former president of the United States. But people are saying, why do you ever broadcast anything that he says? He lies all the time. Yes, I know. I agree. He does lie all the time. In fact, I've never known the man to tell me the truth about anything, not even his age or his weight. Different issue entirely. But here's the thing. Donald Trump being on Meet the Press, it's not that he's there and being interviewed. It's what's being done with the interview. How are you pushing back? For example, Donald Trump told Welker that he would gladly testify that a worker lied about him, telling him to erase material. Donald Trump is the pushback there. It's how you interview this guy. The pushback against Donald Trump is, really? You would testify in court. Aren't your attorneys telling you not to? Does anyone think with a mind that Donald Trump is going to testify in a court of law? He's testifying in the court of public opinion. And the reason why he's doing that is because he can make money off of it. He can bust up the sound bites. He can utilize it further in his smear and grift campaign. That's where we make a mistake as members of the press. It's giving him the platform and not calling him into question on every single lie that he tells. He's not going to testify in a court of law. His attorneys will rope him, hogtie him, and drag him out with a hook before they'll let him testify because he'll incriminate himself. He does that in the court of public opinion. He can make money on his lies in the court of public opinion. He faces retribution with prison time with his lies in a court of law. That's what it boils down to. This is why it's such an ethical quandary for us. The man is facing 91 felony charges in 4 different jurisdictions, and people still think that he's going to dodge all these bullets. Look, he's not Neo in the Matrix. He can't dodge 91 charges coming at him. That's a lot of bullets coming at the man in a very quick and a very short, fashionable amount of time. Donald Trump is in trouble. Giving him airtime is not necessarily a bad thing, since he is also the former president. He may incriminate himself in tape, but what's really important is how we handle it. And we're not critical thinking enough to spar with him and his lies in real time. And that's a problem, even in a taped interview. Donald Trump, is a problem. The bigger problem, of course, is the press. And I love Kristen Welker. I think she's a great reporter. I've seen her work in the White House. She asks hard questions. It would be difficult for Walter Cronkite to handle Donald Trump in real time, because you would never get past one statement before you'd have to tear everything apart. You'd have to question his answer to the first statement, his answer to the first statement. You would could spend an hour on just one question with Donald Trump, because every time he opens his mouth, it's a prevarication. It's a lie. So yes, it would seem that the best answer is to not let him on tape. But the bigger question is, why are you watching it? If you think he's a liar, if you think he's telling a lie, if you think he's a con man, why are you watching it? And just as many people who hate him will watch him as people who love him. And by the way, the people that love him don't need to see him. They're going to believe whatever he says. So it's a quandary, folks. But remember, it really does all boil down to money, ratings. Question I have is, was President Joe Biden given the opportunity on Meet the Press? Was he given that opportunity first and he turned it down, which says something about the Biden administration? Or did NBC, in its wisdom, decide not to ask the president out for the maiden voyage of Meet the Press with Kristen Welker. And that says something about NBC. Now, I've asked the White House that question, and I have not gotten an answer. And I'll tell you, that's the question you need to be asking. Why wasn't President Biden on that telecast? Think about it. Have fun. Catch you next time. You can see me at the podcast, justaskthequestion.com, wherever fine podcasts are sold. And the book is called Free the Press, and it's third printing. And of course, every week at salon.com on Thursdays, you can catch my column. I'll see you in the White House and catch you next time. I'm Brian Karem.
Hey, Midas Mighty, love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram @MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.